All right, everybody, welcome back into another live edition of WSAZ Sports Plus. This is our fourth episode of the week, the third episode with guests on here. We've got two special guests in here today, making the drive up from Mingo County, from Naugatuck, they say. I don't know if I have permission to call it Naugatuck, as folks down there like to call it. Could be stolen valor. We'll go ahead and bring up the triple box so you can see them. We have Tug Valley Panther basketball stars Braydun Ferris, Bryson Elia. We got to make sure we get your last name correct, right? People have been butchering it probably your whole life. I know that we've done it on the air before. Two guys that have 2 state championship rings on their hands. I don't think you're wearing them right now, because why would you do that when you're trying to chase a third? But guys, thanks for making the drive up mid-season. We'll be approaching the tournament here before long. You've been playing a lot of basketball. You've seen the whole gamut this week, the highs and lows of it. Just tell me how you all are feeling here as you get closer and closer towards the tournament and closer towards, maybe another state tournament where everyone's looking to beat Tug Valley. Braydun, we'll start with you. How's it felt to try and chase another ring?
Well, it's been a long journey for sure. It's going to be hard, but we just got to learn from our losses, and we just got to keep pushing and hopefully go for the third.
Yeah. Bryson Elia, you have been hurt. You're playing hurt, I guess. You were injured earlier this year, and so you didn't get to start with this group like you probably would have. I know they missed you there at the later half of football season. Talk to me about the moment you got to check into the game for the first time and rejoin these guys back out on the floor. I saw the video, place erupts. Felt like the president or somebody had just walked in, and everyone's, oh, man, Bryson Elia has returned. Man, how did that feel to get back on the floor? Because I'm sure at one point that was in question, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a special moment for me, and I think it was a special moment for the rest of the guys too. But stepping back out on the court with, my best friends and just, the people that I've always played basketball with and sports with my entire life, just the question of being able to come back or not was always, it was being tossed up ever since I got hurt and, surgery and all that stuff. But, it was a special moment because not many people can do, that, and I've been really blessed to be able to do that. So I'm trying not to take anything for granted and just, take it step by step and be grateful for whatever I can do.
Sure. I want you guys to try to articulate to me what Tug Valley basketball is like down that way. And I know a lot of this on this episode, the compliments I'm going to pay to the Tug Valley school community down there, it's going to sound like I'm pandering to you all. But the more I've seen you all play up in Charleston these last few years, the more you kind of come to understand that fan base and that community is a little different in the way in which it rallies around Tug Valley basketball. I can remember you guys were cutting the nets down last year, and kids were underneath the ladder just hoping a piece of the net would fall into their hands. Like, you all, in a way, are like gods to them, I mean, they really look up to you and want to be in your shoes one day. Why is Tug Valley basketball so special? Why does it mean so much to so many people down there?
Well, for basically our whole lives, we've been playing basketball. We eat, sleep, breathe basketball, and we have really good little league programs. They take them like down the river and play like all-stars. So I mean, it started from there, and it just keeps getting better. I feel like it keeps getting more advanced.
Yeah, you guys feel that when you're out on the floor, home game, or even on the road? People travel up to watch you play. You have to feel that and feed off of it, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Our fan base is just insane. I mean, being a small single-A school and packing the gyms like we do, it's completely unheard of, and that's something we're also really grateful for. And the kids growing up, they love watching us, and we just try to be the best inspirations we can be to them, so maybe they can carry the torch whenever they're older.
Yeah. You guys remember the first time you got to step out on the floor for varsity basketball? It's probably like, oh man, it's finally here, right? Walk me through that moment, whether it was your freshman, sophomore year, that first time getting a taste of what you'd always dreamt of.
Well, I was a freshman, and we was at the Zip Zone Classic at Martin County, and I came off the bench, and I came in very nervous. And,
oh, yeah.
I came in, and I just let the game come to me, and I played all right, and I've just been working from there.
Mm-hmm. Bryson, can you remember that moment for you?
Yeah, I played a couple games my freshman year, but really it was my sophomore year, starting and picking up the roles that the guys left that graduated that year before. And for me, it was really nerve-wracking. I mean, stepping into the role that I had to step into. But, I was confident because, I played with these guys my whole life. So I was definitely nervous, but like I said, just go back to the fan base. They're always, supporting you no matter what. So it was easy, but it was also nerve-wracking, just an exciting moment, you know what I'm saying?
Can you guys remember when you were kids who some of the legends were that you looked up to, whether, I don't know if it's like an older brother, a cousin, relative, whatever. Who were you guys looking to when you were 10, 11, 12 years old?
Well, when we was way young, we always looked up to Mikey and Austin. I mean, they went back-to-back too. Then as we got older, they had like Tyler May, then Jonathan Blankenship, that group. Then you had like Caleb, May, Easton Davis, that group. Then we was after them, so.
Yeah, you guys are that group now for a lot of those younger kids, right? Isn't that crazy how that works when you see it and it feels like, man, that might be so unattainable, but then here you are and you're chasing a third ring, which, I mean, they'll go bananas if you guys are able to do that, right? Walk me through the last 2 years, the highs and lows of that. Obviously, you've ended it on the mountaintop, which is where everybody wants to be, but it's not that easy, isn't it? I mean, just getting to the state tournament is one thing, let alone getting there, not letting the moment get the best of you. And I always say weird things happen up there. People don't shoot well, and teams are uncharacteristically bad sometimes because that moment is so enormous. How have you guys been able to cash in on those trips to the state tournament?
Well, Coach prepares us for every possible moment we could have throughout, every season of basketball. And one thing he always tells us is that the lights are going to get bright in March whenever we're out in that court. And so, we always have a heads up of what's to come. And I think our coaching staff really just does a great job at preparing us for those times. But, I mean, you're absolutely right. Sometimes you may get down there and you might not shoot well, or, you're struggling. It's different. Like, the backdrop behind the rims and all that type of stuff is really different. But, I think we've been really blessed to go down there and win too. And I think just the bond that we have helps us out to play with really good team chemistry and get things rolling against teams that, may not have had the chance to play there as much as we have.
Sure. What do you guys call Coach?
Coach.
Just Coach,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Rabbit, that's a pretty cool nickname, right? I don't know if it was Coach Rabbit, how we went with that. But he's a legend in and of himself, isn't he? How cool is it to get to play for him, and what have you guys learned from playing under him?
Well, he don't just teach us about basketball. He teaches us about life, really. I mean, it's been pretty cool to have somebody that is a legend around the state coaching you. He's just taught us so much about life, basketball, really everything.
Yeah. Can you add to that? What have you learned from him, Bryson?
Just how to be a better man growing up through high school. He always just tells us about life stories to do with him, and things that just being an honest man, because that's the way he is. He's always brutally honest, but he'll just tell us things that he wished he would have done differently, just to help shape us as better men as we go through life in general.
Yeah. You say he's brutally honest. I would imagine that means sometimes there's uncomfortable conversations, or he's hard on you, hard on a younger guy that may not quite get it. Do you guys have to kind of pull back the younger dudes at times and say, look, I know you may not like to hear it, but you need to listen to this man because he knows what he's talking about?
Absolutely. I mean, there are plenty of times where it's just a point where we have to be mature and realize that the only thing he's trying to do is help us. And you just have to take it, and whatever you do with it, it's up to you. And that's kind of how they teach us and let us go with it.
Yeah. What have you guys made of this basketball season so far? You all have kind of run the gamut. You've seen the highs and lows just this week. It's the duality of the sport. One moment you're here, one moment you're here. And the hope is that you grow from both of those experiences. You play a tough schedule. You guys don't run away from competition. You know that you're getting everybody's best shot because you're daggone Tug Valley, right? And everybody wants to beat you guys because you're it in single A until somebody knocks you off. What have you made of this season so far, maybe as it relates to the previous two?
Well, I was telling Coach actually last night, I was telling him this felt like our sophomore season because I just felt like we'd go really high in our sophomore season, then we'd we'd go really low. We just got to work through it and learn from our losses, and we just got to get better and be more energized on the court.
How do you guys stay hungry? I think the biggest thing that coaches deal with and teams deal with when you've experienced that success is that complacency factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you guys do nothing else, let's say there wasn't even a tournament this year or you don't make the state tournament, you guys are already legends down there, right? You went back-to-back. You've had these big moments, whether it was the shot 2 years ago, you going crazy in the state championship game last year. But you don't want to rest on those laurels either. You want more. You want to be even more legendary and go back to back to back, which I'm not sure if that's ever happened at Tug Valley. You guys are the historians there. But how do you balance, that hunger versus what we've done already, and it's not being complacent with it?
Like you saying, it's never happened at Tug Valley, the three-peat, so I think realistically we're just really wanting to engrave our name in the history books even more than they already are. But at the same time, we have to be humble and know that just because we've won 2 state championships, it doesn't mean anything. It's a new season, it's a new chapter in our lives, and I think we just have to take it step by step and treat it as it is. So
yeah, there's good teams in Single A. Like I said, just because your name's on the last 2 banners doesn't mean anything this year. St. Joe's good, Tucker County's good, and I'm sure there are plenty more that you guys could throw at me.
Yeah.
How hard is it to climb that mountain each and every year?
It's definitely a challenge. If you look back 2 years ago at our sophomore year, Tucker County was a very good team, and even last year they was a very good team, and Greater Beckley was a good team, but we just got to take it step by step and dig our way through it.
Well, since I brought up Tucker County, and then you started talking about it, here's some of the highlights from last year's state championship game. You had to be in some mode of flow state, right? How many points did you finish with, Braydun?
I think it was 27.
27?
Yep.
Not nearly as dramatic as the year before, guys.
No.
What was that experience like there, especially in the second half when the shots are falling and things are looking like we're about to hang another banner?
Well, it was just we felt more like free. We could finally relax a little bit when we was up 20, but we couldn't relax that much because they was a good team. They could come back any moment, but I'm sure Coach felt good too, finally being able to relax in the championship, because I know the last few he's had has been very close games.
Yeah. Well, here's the dramatic one right here, guys. This is 2 years ago. All right, let's just let this breathe. This is the shot. Bryson Elia. Not giving up on the play. I think you're down 1 at this point. Jump stop in the paint, let it go. Place goes crazy. Walk me through that moment, Bryson, because that's legendary stuff that's going to live forever down in Naugatuck.
Man, I think that's a testimony of something that they teach us down at Tug Valley with sports, and that's determination, just never giving up no matter the situation. Because, as you can see in that video, I turned the ball over, could have very well just stopped on the play, or anyone could have stopped on the play. We could have just gave up right then and there, but, that's not how we are, and that's not how we're raised down there. So, it was just a special moment because it showed the true heart and stuff that our community has. And because, yes, I turned the ball over right there, but our fans, they didn't turn the cheek or anything. They were still rooting for us because as soon as that shot went up and it went in, the place went insane. And it's something that I'll definitely never forget, and I hope, the rest of Panther Nation and Naugatuck will also never forget. Got
to have a short memory, and in that moment there, it was like a millisecond, right? Before you could even register that you had turned the ball over, you turn them over yourself and then go and score in the game-winning bucket. What's a championship celebration like down that way? And maybe not even just a championship celebration. What's the town like, the school like after a big win?
I feel like the community really just comes together because, after we win, we usually go back to the school and the whole community's there. We just party around and have fun with it, celebrate.
And I know the student section down there is pretty wild too. What do they call themselves? The Naugatuck Nightmare, something like that?
Yeah.
What kind of juice do those guys bring? I think I saw a video last night. There was some kid, you probably know who it is, like barking down on all fours, or somebody was holding him back. What do your friends bring to the table when you guys are out there?
They always bring their best efforts, and they help us put energy out onto the court because everyone knows sometimes it can be hard to perform with low energy on the court, and that's something our fans and our student section brings every game in and game out, and that just helps us because once we get rolling, we're hard to stop, and they're on their A game at all times, so that attends to that.
Talk to me about how you guys are off the floor, because right now we're talking basketball. You guys are buttoned up, intense, serious, because Tug Valley basketball is serious business. I've seen the TikToks of the day in the life videos that you guys make of you and your buddies. You guys, posting your truck on TikTok too. That's cool stuff. What are you guys like off the floor, man? What's Bryson Elia like when he's not playing basketball or not toting the rock on the football field?
Man, I like to keep God in my life, so always stay in the church, and I'm a family guy. I like to do, hang out with my friends, and I'm a people person. So, I like to stay busy, but not busy with the wrong things, just keeping my head on straight. And, I just like to have fun, but in the right way.
Yeah. What's Braydun Ferris like when he's not, jump stop, turn around, fade away jumper, three ball? What's he like off the floor?
The same way as Bryson. I mean, there's not really much we can do around our house but hang out and play basketball. So we really just hang out, create a bond with everybody. I mean, everybody's close, so everywhere you go, you're gonna find somebody to hang out with. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty simple life.
How long have you two known each other? Are you both? Where'd you go to elementary school?
Well, we live 2 houses away from each other.
Okay, daggone.
We've been best friends since we was little, like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
we grew up. I had a basketball goalie like cemented into the ground, and that's all we did every single day. Just me and him.
Was it 1-on-1? Were we playing 21 knockout? Like, what were you guys doing as kids?
Literally everything you could probably imagine. Just anything and everything to keep us occupied and busy, especially during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, sometimes we'd go at it.
Yeah.
You had some battles over the years, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's got to pay dividends now.
Mm.
Like 17, 18 years old, whatever you guys are on the basketball floor. Do you feel that chemistry with each other? I mean, you probably no look past. You know where each other's going to be, right?
I feel like that has a lot to do with like Tug Valley is like the bond of the team, because I feel like as a point guard, I feel like I know what everybody's going to do, because I mean we've been playing together since we was like in the 2nd grade, and I feel like that takes you a long way in Charleston, having a bond like we do.
Yeah. When everything feels like the moment is big, I'm sure you can simplify it, and it just feels like we're down in Mingo County playing 1-on-1 in the backyard like we always have been, right? Is that kind of how it feels for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we trust each other no matter what, and I think it's shown the past 2 years just in the state championships that just every game, but specifically the state championships. I just feel like that really shows how close we've been throughout our whole lives, and just how we can find each other, and we never let each other get down. Always, somebody got their head down, we're picking their chin back up and telling them, let's go. I mean, we can't worry about it. And that's just something that we've always been taught to do, and we're brothers, so that's just how we are.
And you need that bond when you're going into these tough environments, right? Talk to me about maybe some of the wildest environments you guys have ever played in, whether it's a road game. I know that your home venue is a wild environment, but it's different when everyone's on your side, right? I'm talking about going to a visiting arena and everybody's hooting and hollering at you to get you guys out of your game.
Like you said, Tug Valley, I mean, every game you come to, it's going to be wild, but I feel like Tucker County, every time you go to Tucker County, it's a small gym, it's packed in, everybody's standing on the baseline. I mean, that's a wild environment. And then Wyoming East, they have an awesome student section. I mean, probably the best I've ever seen. And I'm sure there's more out there that I'm forgetting, but Wyoming East and Tucker County is definitely the 2 I remember the best, because, I mean, it was jam-packed in there.
Yeah, and you almost don't want to remember those places, because if you remember it, you might think, well, I remember it because it did get under my skin. It was hostile, It was a tough environment. Trying to think of what else I should ask you guys. What's something that people may not know about this Panther group, something that's different, or about you guys personally. We've talked about what you guys are like off the floor, but this team, has it felt different than in years past? I'm not asking you to compare other teams you've played on. You've played on championship teams, but is there anything different about this group, something that you do really well?
One difference that I notice a lot when I'm on the court is not having a big man. I mean, we're all guards, and Bryson and Preston May, they can fly around, but they're not naturally big men. They're supposed to be out on the perimeter, so that's a big difference too, because, I mean, last year we had Ashton Davis and Ethan Farrell. Then the year before that we had Buddy. I mean, that's a big difference. I mean, coming from them two to no big, it hurts us a little bit.
Has it impacted your style of play? Are you getting out and running a little bit more and, trying to, like you said, play out on the perimeter? Because if you don't have that big man, you don't want to try to force an issue that maybe isn't there. Have you guys kind of had to adjust yourselves?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, I mean, not, in an insane way or anything, but I feel like we've definitely had to – a lot of times we like to get out on fast breaks, and normally we'll have, 2 or 3 guys to rebound, and we're rolling. But now there are times where we all have to rebound. I mean, because we are small, and which you should anyway. But we didn't really have to do it as much before, but now it's something that we really have to focus on. But if we are rebounding good with the group that we have, usually the outcome for us is probably pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, rebounding is all about positioning and attitude more than anything. You could be an undersized guy and rebound well, but it does help if you're also like 6'5".
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think you guys have any of that, do you? Right? I want to talk about Zayd Rash a little bit because, and he's not here with us, but he did just have a big milestone. Is that pretty cool to see him hit 1,000 against Belfry the other night?
Yeah, especially where it was his old school. I mean, he went there his whole life. Then he decided to come to Tug with us, which I'm thankful for. And he's a great kid. He's fun to hang out with, and I think he's going to help us have another shot at state title.
Yeah, and that's, I think, probably a testament to the Tug Valley program. People want to be a part of it, right? People want to play with you guys and kind of join in on that and see what kind of heights you all can take the program to. We've been talking for a while, guys, so I kind of want to wrap this thing up because I know you guys at some point are going to have to make your way back to Mingo County. So a couple more questions. Tucker County tomorrow night, correct? That's at home. What time is that game?
7:30.
7:30 JV before, I imagine. 7:30. And then just tell me how you're feeling about it. I mean, this is one that anytime you guys get together with Tucker County, it's a huge deal. It's been the state championship matchup the last 2 seasons. You've already played them once earlier this year, and from what I understand, it was almost like a 1 or 2 point game, something like that. How do you feel about getting Tucker County at your place tomorrow night?
Well, we know that the state tournament's coming up really soon, and also, I mean, I'm sure everybody already knows about it, but last night we lost to St. Joe. And whenever we have a schedule that's as tough as we have, we know that with the state tournament coming up, we have to lock in. We have to be ready. So I think we're very, very serious at the time that we're at right now, and I think we're prepared. Even though we just had a loss, I really think that we're all focused. I mean, we know what's ahead of us and we know what's to come, but we know what we're also capable of. So, it's exciting, and I think we're really focused for tomorrow, and I think we're just going to be excited and get the Panther fans back out into action and see how it goes.
Yeah. And nobody likes to lose basketball games. There's no, opportune time to lose a basketball game. However, it is what it is now, and you have to think, look, that's a wake-up call for us. If we thought we were hot stuff, St. Joe just showed us maybe we got some things we need to work on. Does it feel that way for you, Braydun, as a veteran on this team? It's like, look, we got humbled, and it doesn't feel good, but we can turn it into something positive that might pay dividends here in a couple of weeks in Charleston if we get there.
Maybe it will show us that, maybe that we ain't that good. Anybody can beat us any given night because of the schedule we play. And maybe it will show, we need more, we can bring more energy because energy carries us a long ways. Every game that we played with energy, we played great. But the games that we ain't had a lot of energy, it's just we don't play very good, and I think energy carries us. Yeah.
Somebody jumps out on you, and you're battling from behind. That's a problem, especially if the game goes into overtime. And if you're already gassed or you felt like you didn't bring the energy, you can't just turn it on in extra time there. So I certainly could echo those statements for you guys. Last question, but I'll give you both a chance to answer it. We'll start with you, Braydun. For the younger kids that look up to you all at Lenoir, Kermit, wherever, kids that want to play Tug Valley varsity basketball here when they get old enough to, what would be your message to them about working hard and, giving it your all? Because you guys, I know you would die for Panther basketball, right? There's a lot of that passion that's built into it as well, not just your skill. What would you tell those young kids about doing it the right way when they get up there?
Well, you just got to stay humble and stay in the gym. Then when it comes to game time, you just got to go hoop. I mean, there ain't much to it. The game's simple, really. You just got to be yourself, stay humble, and stay in the gym, and you'll be fine.
Bryson, what can you add to that? He says you just got to go hoop when the time comes, right?
Yeah, man, just like he said, stay in the gym and play together, because if you don't play together, then sometimes that causes issues, and that's what Panther basketball is about. It's playing together and being a family, and I think that just is a testament itself.
Boys, you got anything else?
Man, I just want to
hopefully win another one.
Yeah, man, just want to give thanks to God and all of our family members and Panther fans that just have carried us along the way, and we're excited to be back, coming close to the state tournament, and I think it's going to be fun. We're going to be fun to watch, and I'm excited to have another run at this thing.
Yeah, well, we'll be there. So as long as you guys punch your ticket, we'll definitely see you there. Good luck the rest of the way. Hang tight. I'm going to take this show home. But that was Braydun Ferris. That was Bryson Elia. This has been WSAZ Sports Plus. Thank you guys for making the drive up. Keep yourselves healthy, and go make another run at this thing. We'll be paying attention, all right?
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, guys. All right, we'll take this show home. Hopefully, our folks down in Mingo County have been tuned into this thing. If not, this episode gets posted on WSAZ.com and on the WSAZ app, so it's easy to find. Here in just a little bit, this whole thing is going to be posted. Just go to the app, go to the WSAZ Sports Plus tab. You will find it there. You'll probably see a thumbnail with all three of our faces on it, so you'll know exactly who you're about to listen to. If you would, maybe prefer to listen to this thing, or you know somebody that is a podcast guy or girl, we put this thing on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So tomorrow, before the Tucker County game, put this thing on 30 minutes before the game. You'll get your mind right hearing from these guys, and you'll be fired up for some Panther basketball in there. With that said, I think that does it for this episode of WSAZ Sports Plus. We certainly appreciate these guys coming in. We appreciate all of you for watching us. And, hey, we'll see you next time a live notification goes out on the app. For now, I'm Joseph Payton. This has been WSAZ Sports Plus.